Hey guys, Tech Guardian here. So, when I started this channel, I had no real intention of ever uh, doing any kind of camera content on here. It was strictly going to be gaming, streaming, stuff like that. But I got a cool piece of tech or it's not even a piece of tech, but I got a cool accessory for my main camera. My main camera is the Sony A7 IV. Love this camera. This thing is amazing as a hybrid shooter. 4K 60, the works. This thing really is a great, well balanced, everyday use camera. Um, for, real simple or even, like moderately complex videos, it can actually handle that kind of stuff. Um, so 4K 60, you're going to be able to get some real good B-roll on there. My boss, we actually recently threw him a surprise party at work. I recorded with the camera. Everybody that's seen the video was heavily impressed with the quality of the video from this camera. And one of my things is when I've got a camera of, this magnitude, I want to have a cage on it. So I currently have a cage on my A6400, which is what I'm currently using to shoot this video, is my Sony A6400. But yeah, so when I bought my A7 IV, I immediately went online and ordered a cage for it. And the cage that I ordered was their simple entry level cage. I guess not entry level because I did get the side handle and the top handle for it when I ordered it as well. If that'll zoom in, there we go. Or not zoom in, but focus. So I got the full shebang. Well, when I was ordering it, seeing that they had a new one coming out that was on pre-sale. So I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and order it, see how it is. If I like it, great. If I don't, then oh well. But what caught my attention was that it has carbon fiber on it. Carbon fiber, as we all know, extremely light. And when you're using a camera rig setup and you start getting, the rail put on there, V-mount battery, monitor, follow focus, all this different stuff, it starts adding on a lot of weight. So if you can trim down some of the weight by having a carbon fiber cage or a cage that has some carbon fiber integrated into it, that right there is going to be less fatiguing in the long run. So I figured, you know what? I'll give it a shot. The other thing that really piqued my interest was with this cage, you've got this piece right here, and it ends up covering right through here on the camera. Everything's still accessible, but you've kind of got to finagle around the cage to hit the buttons that you're wanting. So, for the record button, I've got to wrap my fingers up and around to be able to hit the record button. Not that big of a deal. But with this cage, this entire side is exposed. So no buttons are covered. I really like that. That to me is a huge thing with this cage. And those were my main selling points on it. And then I got it today. Every gripe I had about this cage is fixed with this cage. I have bigger hands. I've got bigger hands. That's all there is to it. With this handle is extremely uncomfortable. While it is a slightly larger grip, it's just not very ergonomic. It's very basic. On top of that, though, you've got these two little nuts right here that you've got to thread into the side of the cage. So you've got to line it up where you want it, and then start tightening one. Then get to the second one. Oh. Is that right? Oh, goes down below. So you got to start tightening one, then start tightening the bottom, and then just kind of spin them both around until you get it tightened. To me, that is a total hassle. Absolute hassle. And if you want to make an adjustment on the fly, well, you got to pull out the Allen wrench, loosen up both these screws right here, and then adjust it as you want it. Which is fine. Not that big of a deal. But with this cage, it's going to be kind of hard to see. But this cage on the side actually has a rail system. So with its grip, which as you can see right off the bat, way more ergonomic. Fits in the hand way better. But what it also has, quick release clamp. So just like that, it's mounted. Hassle-free. Literally, you just clamp it on there. That simple. Which to me, major selling point. And had I known about it, I wouldn't have even hesitated on ordering this cage. The other thing that kind of bugged me with this cage is the top handle. Once again, you know, it does have some finger grooves there. But overall, it's really not that comfortable of a handle. And then with the bolt that's on here, it's super rounded. It's just got some knurled pieces on there so you can grip. But it's kind of uncomfortable to twist on and get it locked in. And then, like, you really don't get that good of a grip. So then you've got to take out the Allen wrench. And then you just got to kind of snug it down. And then when you want to take it off, you're going to have to loosen it up. Once again, just kind of a pain. It's a great cage. I love how they have it integrated for the Allen wrenches. Still a pain in the butt, though. Now, with this top handle, extremely ergonomic, nice grip to it, feels comfortable in the hand, but the bolt that they did is actually a triangle. Gonna pop that on there. And just like that, it's already nice and snug. Just go ahead and pop my lens on this bad boy. Feels weird having my camera without a lens on it. But yeah, very ergonomic in the hand. Extremely comfortable. This thing is amazing. And then for this, you can actually kind of move it out of the way. So it's going to be kind of hard to see. But this piece right here, you can just lift up and then get into whatever position you want it to go into. Which, once again, really nice little feature. I really feel like with the SmallRig Rhinoceros, they really went the extra mile on comfortability and just all of that. They did a fantastic job. If this cage was to, you know, crack, break, whatever, I would have zero hesitation going out and buying a new one. And I guess real quick, I've got one other thing that I love, which might be a downfall. I haven't found it to be a downfall. Where is... Okay. So this is the HDMI cable connector for the normal cage. And you can kind of see how it's got some little pins in there. That way it kind of gets locked into place. But then, like, when you're using it, you've kind of got to get everything kind of lined up or it just isn't going to work. With this one, not going to be able to use it with where my handle is. But with this one, it doesn't have those little nubs on there. So I just think it's a lot easier to put in. Maybe that's just me. That might just be a me thing. But I actually really like that. I think it's a really cool feature. I think it actually works out really well. I used it earlier when I did a live stream earlier. I had it on this cage, which, keep in mind, and if I'm pronouncing this wrong, somebody please correct me. But this does have the ARCA mount, ARCA. I believe that's ARCA mount. It does have the ARCA mount, which I'm actually using a ARCA plate. So I can literally just swap all my cameras on and off that one plate without even needing to constantly connect a different mounting plate to here. I can just leave it in the cage, swap them out, and as long as it's in a cage, it'll fit in that mount, which I really like. So I'm glad that they kept with that. But just the weight difference of this cage setup versus that cage setup, and the feel is night and day difference. I don't know how many people have already come out with a video on the rhinoceros cage, but I figured I'd just kind of throw out, my 2 cents, show some of the features that it has, some of the things that I really like about it. I think my only real complaint about it is the grip here. It took a little bit to get used to. As on this one, it doesn't have any kind of actual grip, while this one does. And it cuts out right there at the middle finger grip. So it took, a little bit to get used to it. But that's really my only gripe about this cage. If you guys have any questions, comment down below and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I'm not a camera guy by any means, so if I used any terms that weren't technical, I apologize. I usually just do gaming tech or streaming tech. I don't usually do camera stuff, but like I said, I was just super excited about this cage that I had to put that out there. So yeah, any questions, drop them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.